Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avadon 2. Last episode, we made our way to the town of Serdica. Didn't do much exploration of it yet, although we did take a look at this little temple over here. Cleared out some spirits and hostile forces in there, and hopefully the people of Serdica won't be pissed off at what we did. Also found out about the farm we need to deal with. Now though, it's time to go into Serdica and ask around about the information we need. You enter the grounds of the Serdica barracks. Military supplies are piled around you. Yoshiria notes them with interest. Food, catapults, stones, lumber. The Farlanders are ready for war. That doesn't mean they want one. True, of course, and yet Dallas is real. His influence is real. We must be on our guard. She walks on, lost in thought. It is something that's true. Sorry about that awkward cut. Some message popped up asking me to update something. Goddamn updates. Why do you do this when I'm recording? Ugh. First Apple and now Java. Blah. Alright, let's go in. See what's in the barracks. Okay, at first I was worried about the blood, but then I saw the medical tables over there. That makes sense then. Okay. Actually, can we pull anything out of here? Oh, we can. Elixir of Health and Curing Brew. That's actually a bit handy. Anything else in any of these rooms? Actually, there's nobody here. Where is everyone? There's someone. That's just a guard. I'm not going to bother opening that. And... that's just Defender Varro. Okay. So, nothing in the barracks we need to investigate. That's fine. And this was the town hall, I believe it mentioned. Yeah, it looks like it. That's the river. That's the south side of the river. Serdica City Hall. All may come for justice and fair treatment. Okay. Let's see if we'll get justice and fair treatment. Alright. Well, that's cells, so I suppose it makes sense. Serdica City Hall is one of the oldest structures in the town. It's been here for centuries. Normally, this audience hall would be full of farmers and merchants and the like, asking their leader for advice and the righting of wrong. Today, the massive chamber contains only the mayor and her guards. Everyone else has decided to stay well away from the public square. When you enter, the mayor nods to you from her ceremonial chair. Even from this distance, you can see that her hand is trembling. I'm not going to pick any locks. But if I can just open it, I will. Speed burst scroll. Sure, take it. Alright. Chosen Tacita. The towns of the Tawan are ruled by the Chosen, loyal officials selected by the sovereign to serve as what is basically the mayor. They run the town, settle disputes, and funnel taxes upwards. The Chosen of Serdica is a regal, middle-aged woman dressed in rich and expensive silks. She rises and extends her hand in greeting to you. Her nervous trembling is almost under control. She sits back in her ornate chair. I am pleased that our honored guest found the way to my hall. I am Chosen Tacita, for 7 years the honored leader of Serdica. How may I help you? Greetings, Chosen. I come from the Pact. Of course, towns here tend to jump to attention when Pact warriors arrive, so that we can serve you better. And so I can serve you, might I ask why you have come? I am a Hand of Avadon here on official business. A Hand of Avadon. Truly an honor for us. You should know, I sometimes hire hands to handle delicate matters we cannot deal with ourselves. I have some such work available. Now, how else can I help you? Tell me about this town. I am always pleased to talk about Serdica. It is an old town, even by Tawan standards, dignified and lovely, comfortable and civilized. We have our own baths. As you have seen, the spirits have also blessed us with wealth. I have been chosen for Serdica for 7 years. A true honor. Where did you gain this wealth? Trade. We are a natural river port. In the time-honored tradition of all such ports, we take a small tariff on all goods that flow through here. It has resulted in great comfort for us. How is Serdica different from other Tawan towns? Oh, I would never speak ill of other towns. Each has its blessings. However, our wealth and remote location has spared us many of the difficulties that the dominion of the Pact can bring. How did you become chosen? Like all chosen, I was selected by Sovereign Vartius, our honored leader for these past 50 years. While I was selected by a circle of advisors, Vartius is more of a figurehead these days. How is Vartius a figurehead? He is of, shall we say, an advanced age. Well, 50 years, I'd imagine. The force of his youth has left him entirely. Some cynical souls say that this is why the Pact keeps him in power. I would never say such a thing, of course. He is kept in power because the Pact only wants what is best for us. Why were you selected? Because I am a patient, diplomatic, law-abiding soul, the sort who would never dream of causing trouble with the Pact. I do my work, keep the peace, and never draw the gaze of Avadon. The town has seen too much bloodshed over the last few generations. Serdica has been spared much of it, and we want no trouble with your kind. Chosen Tacita sits upright in her chair, the picture of full attention. If she wishes you to leave, she shows no sign of it. Nobody in the Farlands holds power as long as she has without knowing how to please the Pact. I'd like to learn about Tawan temples. Ah, you are striking to the heart of Tawan belief. Our practices and blessings in this area are unique. We have our gods, but we also revere the spirits of our ancestors. The wisest and strongest among them are elevated to the status of gods. If enough of the living worship them, they may even attain a sort of life beyond life, so they can advise us. So your dead can become gods themselves? Yes, if their lives were exemplary enough to draw worship. We build temples for the most honored dead so that pilgrims can come. Nobody understands the mystical secrets of the process, but rarely those temples can sometimes become inhabited with the spirits of the dead they memorialize. I am now concerned about the spirits we killed in that temple. How did the Tawan feel about this? Feel? There is no feeling. Our gods are part of our identity. They are woven into our lives. It doesn't matter how we feel, they just are. What about the temple in this area? That ruin? It was dedicated to Sovereign Pilar, a minor personage who died some 6 centuries past. Spirits were drawn to that place, but none of them are gods, I assure you. Okay, good. What happens when these gods appear? They are bound in their temples. We visit them, worship, receive their wisdom. I myself have been honored with 3 pilgrimages. It is a humbling honor to be in the presence of such a being. And what happens during your visits with these gods? They exist and give wisdom, and their offerings and worship sustain them. This continues until they stop providing proper wisdom. The pilgrims stop coming. The god fades away, finally passing beyond to eternal reward. That is the sum of it. There is more, of course. The gods are greater than us, and our minds cannot encompass all of their secrets. Uh-huh. Chosen Tacita sits upright in her chair, the picture of full... Oh, wait, we've already seen that. There's something else I'd like to know. I only wish to aid our kind masters of the Pact. Why is this town so empty? Is it? I had not noticed. Her hand trembles. I'm looking for a Daramite merchant named Aranth. Chosen Tacita looks through some of her papers. I always note when Pact citizens pass through. I find no mention of her. That's all I need. But I am available for work if you need assistance. Chosen Tacita nods. I am glad. We have had a shortage of Pact mercenaries of late, and the tasks add up. We do so rely on you. I'm sure you noticed the ruined temple just outside of town to the east. I'm afraid it has an unpleasant build-up of spirits recently. If you would go in and clear them all out, I would pay appropriately. Why do you need the Pact to help with this? We Tawan are very protective of our temples, even if they are not always protective of us. Even though the temple can be a menace, we do not want to walk in and start smashing things. Very bad luck. As non-Tawan, I assume you'll have few qualms about smashing and killing the spirits of our unrevered dead. Where do these spirits come from? The ruined temple was built to honor Sovereign Pilar many centuries ago, and she never had the good fortune to ascend to godhood. However, even when they do not contain gods, these temples are still places of powerful magic. This magic can manifest in unusual ways. In particular, this temple tends to draw hostile spirits, which then need to be driven away from time to time. Do living people ever visit that temple? No, not that I know of. It is a dark, occasionally perilous place. We never go there, and we warn our children to keep their distance. I actually cleared those pesky spirits out of your temple. I am so pleased. The reward is worth it if for nothing else than to keep their spectral howls from keeping us awake at night. You are brought a satchel of gold. The bag also contains a crystal wrapped in velvet. If you have the time, I have more work for you. Pact warriors come through so seldom. What other work do you have for me? A small band of brigands has been troubling us of late. They have attacked our caravans and outlying farms. Lately their actions have grown more bold. We wish to be rid of them, and we will pay well for it. Why haven't you dealt with them yourselves? Because the brigands are Hulklandian. We Farlanders are forbidden to attack people from the Pact even if they bother our people. You see a glint of anger in her eye, and you suspect she was going to use a far stronger word than bother. Thus we are forced to pay the Pact to bring order and solve the problems the Pact causes. None of this is news to you. Avadon frequently hunts down and destroys brigand bands like these, since they cause unnecessary disruptions in the Farlands. You want me to kill them? I would never dream of telling a Pact warrior how to do such a job. We only wish to be left alone. Where are these brigands? They travel around, probably to avoid being hunted down by Avadon. There have been sightings of them near the more remote nearby temples. Understood, thank you. We will do what we can. And I'm glad our explorations before were able to help you out. No, I'm not going to pick that lock. Alright, that seems to be about it in here. Sure, there's still 2 doors we can try opening up, but we don't need to. Alright, that seems to be everything on this side of the river, so I guess it's time to take a look at the south side of the river. See what we can see. Alcander stands in the middle of the bridge and looks out at the 2 halves of Serdica. Oh, it is strange to be here. Once Vitawan ruled the Daramites. Our people served them. We died at their whim. It's good to be on the other side of history. I am an angry man, Farron, I don't deny it. That doesn't mean my anger is always misplaced. Be wary. He shakes his head and continues across the bridge. Yes. Okay, that's more stuff. I think we'll take a look to the east first. You enter the port of Serdica. Barges and other small craft move up and down through the river that cuts through town. The lake to the northeast is a great place for them to load and unload goods. You would therefore expect to see a lot of merchants, drunken sailors, drunken soldiers, and fighting. Instead, you see piles of abandoned goods, a handful of guards, and nobody else. Some smoke rises from the chimney of the inn. At least there's one sign of life. Yeah, the fact that this place is as empty as it is extremely concerning. Let's see. The Slippery Sea Cow and a trading hall. So, I'm guessing the Slippery Sea Cow is the inn. I think we'll take a look at the trading post first. Yeah, that's basically all that. Alright, trading post first, then the inn. Great Market of Serdica. Oh! Hidden switch. Anything in here? Yeah. A group heal scroll. Oh, and a charm foe scroll. Sure, grab it. Let's see. The market is empty. Oh, there's someone here. No port is complete without a customs officer to inspect goods passing through and inflict taxes when required. They are forced to pretend they like all who pass through, even people from the Pact. The customs officer of Serdica rises to greet you when you enter. Welcome, traveler. I am Cybele, tax collector and keeper of records for our lovely town. We are ever eager to serve our just and wise masters of the Pact. Port seems strangely empty. Ah, that is but the natural ebb and flow of the business world. I'm sure if you return tomorrow, this port will be teeming with merchants. I'm not shipping any goods. Ah, of course. You have the mark of the Pact warrior on you. I'm sure you're not shipping goods. Of course, you might have papers of value. Tell me about your records. I keep them, and obtain them. I pay a hefty price for magical knowledge. I pay even more for anything that gives us better understanding of our friends in the Pact. Of course, Avadon would be less than pleased if they found out that you were selling information to the Farlanders. You are sure you can trust your companions, but nobody besides them. All you seek is better understanding. But of course, we of the town are a peaceful folk. We only seek knowledge, and through knowledge, peace. I don't sell pack knowledge. Don't ask again. Oh, of course. Apologies for my presumption. Has a Daramite merchant passed through here? Name was Aranth? What? Aranth? I... Never heard the name. Cybele is just a minor government functionary. A less skilled hand might be fooled by her lie. Not you. Lie to me again, Farlander, and you will pay. I... I... all merchants pass through here. She had money here. Needed to collect it. Left a package for me. Was to be delivered to anyone with the right phrase. Is the phrase, tell me what you know or I will stab you? That will do. She gives you the tiny package. You open it. It contains two things. One is a small silver key. The other is a slip of paper that reads, Temple of Nolus. Cybele looks away. She is ashamed by her inability to keep Aranth's secrets, but not enough to want to fight the pact. Thank you, Cybele. I have no more business here. Then I wish you fair weather. Excuse me. She turns away. Well then, that happened. This must have been a potion hall, but it's a mess. Whoever was in there left in a hurry. This building contains an auction hall, scales, a customs office, and several shops. What it lacks is people. You only see two, the customs officer and this merchant. She is not poor. Her clothes are nice and her goods are of high quality. Scrolls litter the floor around her, recording the shipments her caravans carry around the town. When you approach, she gives you a nervous smile. Welcome, visitor from the Pact. I am Iania, trader of Serdica, but I normally deal in large shipments, but for an honored guest such as yourself, I can deal on a smaller scale. Tell me about your business. Serdica is a center of trade for the area, has been for centuries. Our docks have seen countless barges come and go, and my caravans roam for hundreds of miles around. We Tawan have long been a trading people, not as much now, of course. Why are there so few people around? It is but the ebb and flow of business. If you return tomorrow, you may find the docks here teeming with activity. Why don't you trade as much now? The Tawan was once a great power. Now the Pact rules us in all things. This can cause our merchants to have disadvantages. We do what we can. Tell me more about the history of the Tawan. I am a humble merchant, not a student of history. Once my people controlled Linnaeus all the way to the borders of the Wild Realm and beyond. Now we are controlled by those we once ruled. What sort of disadvantages do you have? I would not criticize the ways of our rulers. Some think that if a Tawan merchant ever rivals a Pact merchant, the citizens of the Pact can place a bribe and have the competition removed. Some think the Tawan must always remember our place. Those are things that some think. I have no opinions. I am only a humble merchant. Uh-huh. Iania sits in her small shop, making notes on her scrolls and inspecting newly arrived crates and baskets. She occasionally looks in your direction to see if you need assistance. I'd like to trade with you. Of course. In my dealings I have obtained a few items that might be of suitable quality to please a warrior such as yourself. Lockpicks might be handy to buy. Yeah, sure, buy them. Elixirs, lamps, wand, scroll, deep runestone, corrupted broadsword? Oh, no, not those penalties. Definitely not. I would like to sell these lovely crystals and... hold on to that rod. I can't remember if we could use it. I don't need anything. I need some information. I would be happy to help you. I would like to know more about the Tawan temples. They contain our gods, powerful spirits that guide us with their wisdom. As for me, I keep my distance. I let them guide my rulers, but I stay away from such power. I'm looking for a merchant named Aranth. The name sounds familiar. Daramite, yes? I've never dealt with her. I certainly don't know where she is. That's all I need. Good day to you. Iania is not displeased by your departure. A good day to you as well. And I'm going to leave that there. Okay, that's everything in there. Alright, let's go investigate the inn. See if there's anything in here. Much like everywhere else in town, the inn is mostly abandoned. There are a few drunk sailors and whispering merchants, but nowhere near what you expect from a busy little port. The innkeeper is busy cleaning behind the bar. He pretends he didn't see you enter, but you know he did. Okay, then. You walk through the slippery sea cow, the main inn of Serdica. It's a lovely stone building, bearing the signs of centuries of wear. Many generations of traders and sailors have come together here to drink and vomit. Like everywhere else, it's mostly empty. The stage for traveling bards goes unused. The rooms are unoccupied. The spittoons are clean. Only one crusty old man stands behind the counter, wiping down the bar. I don't get many from the pact. It's an honor. I'm Cornix. What do you need? What services do you offer? Food and drink. Rooms for 5 coins a night. Entertainment when a bard is here, which there isn't. What's on the menu? Okay, basic kind of stuff. Egg roll, food, wine, so on. I'll take a room. You pay the 5 coins. Cornix shows you to a room. You get several hours of rest. Oh, fantastic! Our vitality came back. I'm happy with that. Cornix silently wipes the bar. Every once in a while he mutters something angry about his lack of business. Business is slow today? Cornix stands a pitifully empty inn. Then he looks you in the eye. Not really. Perfectly normal. Nothing worth commenting on. Really? Yeah, pity too. Nothing people in these parts like more than when packed warriors are around. Sad they're not here to enjoy your visit. Ah, sarcasm. No, not sarcasm. The Talmud was once a mighty power. Our warriors and our gods worked together to bring order and justice to most of Linnaeus. Now we're forced to lick and scrape and hope your packed visitors show mercy on us. Much better this way. I hope you stay around for a long time. Need anything else? Oh, I do need some information. Well, I'm the one to ask. I hear about everything that happens around here. What do you need? Looking for an artist named Valens. Really? His workshop is to the west, edge of town. I'm looking for a Durham merchant named Duranth. I never heard of her. Ever hear of someone named Delis? No, never. That's all I was wondering about. I really hope I helped. That's all I need. And I wish you safe travels. When you leave, I mean. Not gonna pick the lock. And nobody else in here. Seems to be about it in there. Not much else. It's the south end of this area. And there's a building over here. Not sure what it is. Probably just a farm. We'll take a look inside. Yeah, just a farmhouse. Wow. Just a farmhouse, but it is trashed. Filled with rats, too. Oh, great. You ran around to that one. Fantastic. Okay. Step away. You... Actually... Oh, you can't. Oh, wait, you can. How about a lightning pot, actually? Corruption on that one is fine. Wow, that did a lot. Ow! That was painful. I would have rathered you not done that. Please, do not do that again. Damn it. Well, that one's terrified, at least. That one's dead. Okay, all that's left is this one. Hey, a level up for Farron. Fabulous. She is about to die. I think we're fine, though. There we go. Okay. Farron, you leveled up. Actually, we've got strength and endurance where I want it, so dexterity is something we could use. You've kind of got everything to where I want it. I don't really want to get Berserker Slash or the weakness inflicted on foes. Hmm, let's see. Some more in Savage Blow, some more in melee training. Actually, getting these up would be handy. Yeah, you know what? Point in that, point in that. Then I'll get a point in that and a point in that, and then I'll try and improve Savage Blow and melee training enough. That'll be fine. That works for me. Okay. And whoever was in here really left in a hurry. Sure, use a lockpick. What's in here? Coins, an arcane scroll, and Silken Shroud. 10% less time for abilities to recharge. Sure, you can use that. You don't use your abilities very much, so we might need to swap that out with someone else, but it's something. Why did all these people run off so fast like this? That must be where where the guy we're looking for is. Yeah, looks like it. Not much else around here. And this episode has almost gone on long enough. Let's take a look in the baths. Yep, Serdica baths. Anything in here? Anything at all? Much as in Durham, the people of the town love their baths. Their public bathhouses are a center of culture, gossip, and, of course, bathing. Rooms are set aside for men, women, and mixed socializing. Normally you would pay a few coppers at the table by the door before you enter. The station is unmanned. The fires are unlit. The baths are empty. I'm not going to take those coins. There's the public baths. There's one set of baths, and there's the other. Doesn't say which is men and which is women. Where is everyone? Well, Valens, artist, craftsman, stonecarver, painter, bringer of beauty, reasonable rates, commissions accepted. I think we'll speak with him in the next episode, because this one's gone on long enough, more or less. Oh. No, let's go in. We'll speak with him. The episode will go on a little longer, I guess. You enter the workshop of Valens, Tawanite, young, hard-working artist, and, if your nose is to be trusted, quite a drinker. His paintings and sculptures clutter the hall. Quality is not great, but not every work has to be a masterpiece. It is adequate for Taoan social climbers who want to proclaim their status to acquire a few nice statues. Well, he's in there. That's his room, I guess. And he's in the middle here. Alright. Valens. Valens was working on a statue when you entered. He puts down his mallet and chisel and turns to face you. He is the portrait of a young, tortured artist. The wild hair, the dusty clothes, and the limitless energy. He's also more than a little drunk, and his tunic bears several wine spots. When he realizes who you are, he checks to make sure nobody is in the shop and nobody is lurking near the windows. Then he leans close to you. Hello, I am Valens. His speech is slurred and his breath singes your nostrils. I know you've come. I have your information. Tell me about your shop. Valens looks around at the art. That's all things I make. I mean, statues and paintings. It's a family business. It's difficult, though. These are lean times. Who buys your work? People who appreciate beauty, the fine things, elegance. People who want to show off their wealth, to prove they are successful merchants or such. They come to me, and I sell them sophistication. Are you a great artist? No, but I am an artist who makes a living at making art. It is far more rare. But then that doesn't prevent me from falling on hard times. Are you in lean times now? Yes, times have been hard in the town. Less money to throw around in beauty. It's a hard time. Hard enough to drive and to drink. Maybe a little gambling. Too much gambling. Not enough drink, though. Room for more of that. He fills his mug with wine. He fills his wug with mine. Wow. Valens leads you around his shop, showing you his wares and describing them in a loud voice. When he is sure nobody is eavesdropping, he leans close to discuss business with you. Why are you working for the Pact? Because I am a loyal citizen of the town, born and bred. But you're working against them. No, I work against those who want to fight the Pact, to bring a war that will slaughter us all. They're mad. It will end in disaster for us. Always does. I would strangle him myself if I could. You know of Dallas. Of course I do. Everyone does. My fellow townmen, they can whisper about nobody else. Moms probably tell their kids Dallas stories when they go to bed, so they can grow up and be rebels and get executed. Everyone here will pretend to be nice and loyal, but don't be fooled. They all want one thing, for Dallas to show up and murder you. Aren't you paid for your help? Of course, paid well for the risk I take. Defender Varro is no fool. He already suspects me. If he learns what I'm doing, I'm dead. He takes a long, terror-inhibiting pull of wine. I need the money, I don't deny it. That doesn't make anything I've said any less true. Why is this town so empty? I heard a hand of Avadon was coming. Everyone with 2 working legs got out of town. Anything to dodge the gaze of Avadon. Wait, they knew a hand was coming? Valens looks at you with disbelief. Are you joking? These are the Farlands, friends. Our lives depend on your whim. The moment you took a step out of the border, every town within 100 miles heard your description. Why? Because you would destroy any one of them with a whisper. Everyone in Serdica knows your hand. Nothing personal. Okay, then. I understand you have some information for me. Yes, time to earn my pay. I've been in contact with Avadon for a while, but I never had anything useful to say. Then I learned you thought Dallas might be hiding in the temples. There are lots of temples, lots of them. There aren't many that aren't too remote and too ruined and don't have too many travelers. I've been traveling to them, trying to find likely places where Dallas might be. And? He asks to see your map. Then he points at a location on it. There! The Temple of Nolus. That's where to begin the search. It's a good location. Obscure, not ruined. Near a major road. Lots of paths to it. I didn't hike too close, but I did get near enough to see the paths. I'd look there. If you don't find him, come back. I have another idea. You think he's there? Honestly, no. There are lots of temples, lots of possibilities. I suspect you hands will have to investigate a lot of them. Good place to start, that's all. Who is Nolus? Earliest sovereign of the town. Real warrior. Expanded our borders a lot. Powerful thought. Was worshipped in his godhood for a long time. Centuries. What happened then? The usual. Forgotten. Passed over for newer, more fashionable gods. His spirit might still be in there, but it is sure to have faded by now. That's all for now. Thank you very much. The Temple of Nolus. Well, now we know where we're going to go. And we will investigate there. Soon. Right now, the episode's over. We need to take a look at what's over here, I suppose, and then we'll, see what we can find elsewhere in the Tawan Empire. We have a couple side quests we can deal with. That'll be in the next episode, so until then, I am Chester44, that is Farron... Why am I already forgetting her name? Farron, Yoshiria, and Elkander. This has been an Avadon 2 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time. God, I'm terrible with names.